What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Dermy Wormy. I'm coming at you today with two videos on DC. No Velma, thank Christ. But, for those of you who weren't aware, the DC Slate was announced yesterday. Trying to think how to talk about this appropriately, and it could be good. Why is the biggest question. The movies that they chose to lead with is stupid. Let's start. There's some things here that I'm actually kind of interested in. Other things I'm not. I think that's everybody's take. But DC Slate Unveiled Chapter 1 is what it's called. New Batman. I think it's a show. Supergirl movies. Did that wrong. It's a Superman movie and then a Supergirl movie. A Green Lantern TV show. I'm actually kind of excited for that one. That one actually looks kind of good. And more from James Gunn and Peter Safran. The DC Studios boss shared 10 projects, talked the exit of Henry Cavill, and addressed the potential future of Ezra Miller as the Flash as they introduced a slate of big heroes and lesser-known characters. The stakes are massive for us and for Warner Brothers Discovery, says Safran. Most of this article is actually just James Gunn crapping on Marvel. That's the majority of this. And we'll talk about the Henry Cavill and Ezra Miller in my next video. Because it's a lot of talking out of the side of my mouth from James Gunn. But before we go any further and talk about each property individually, I want to read this. This is from James Gunn. One of our strategies is to take our diamond characters, which is Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and we use them to prop up other characters that people don't know. The problem is, and actually no, before I get into what I'm going to say, I'm going to read what Safran said. Added Safran, to build those lesser known properties into the diamond properties of tomorrow. Here's the problem. This is your chapter 1. This is your phase 1. This is Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Incredible Hulk. This is your introduction to these characters. And how do you lead off? Let's take MCU for a moment. And I don't want to compare this to the MCU, but I got to. And we can use the Snyder Cut even. MCU, what was their first movie? Iron Man. It went into Incredible Hulk, which went into Thor, which went into Captain America. Or no, it went Captain America, then Thor. Then they came together in the Avengers. And that was your phase 1. Perfect. It built your characters up. It gave you your lead characters first. Then in phase 2, they started introducing more characters. Developing new properties, new people. You had your foundation. Then you had your brand new people. In the James Gunn version of the DCU, we still don't have Batman, Superman, or Wonder Woman. We're going to get a form of them. But they're not the first. They're not the first 3. You're not putting your diamond properties up front like you should. Because, let's see. While plans may yet shift, cautioned the duo. Here's the initial slate of projects for Chapter 1 and the order they plan to appear. So, Part 1. Creature Commandos, a 7-episode animated series written by Gunn that is already in production. Originally a team of classic monsters assembled to fight Nazis, this is a modern take on the concept. The voice actors have yet to be cast, but the executives are looking to find people who can voice the animated characters and also portray the live-action versions when the anti-heroes show up in the movie series. Your first project is an animated show called The Creature Commanders. Now you see Weasel, so you can already get Weasel. You have Weasel. By the way, they're keeping the Suicide Squad in this universe. So, back up a little bit. They're not doing a full-fledged reboot. They're keeping some people, mainly the Suicide Squad universe, and getting rid of others. Why? Why do I care? You needed to start fresh. I get it, James Gunn. You like the Suicide Squad. That was your first movie. You want to keep it. You want to keep Peacemaker because Peacemaker is also a part of this universe. We don't know what's going to happen with Blue Beetle. We don't know what's going to happen with all the other characters. But you messed up from step one. Twice. You didn't do a full reboot and have to nuke what you already made. You want to keep what you already made. You want to get that Peacemaker Season 2. And we have a Peacemaker spinoff, mind you. But you didn't do a full reboot. You didn't do a full cancellation. Now, the Batman, I can never remember the dude who's doing it, but oh my god, Twinkle Toes from Twilight Batman, the guy who's wearing a skirt right now, that's going to be classified as Elseworlds. Properly, appropriate. But they also have a TV show for that coming out, so that's going to be Elseworlds. So you already have other stories going on, and you retroactively changed it all to say, well, they're Elseworlds. But let's continue down the list of what James Gunn put out, because one, Creature Commandos. Okay, well, what's next? Waller. In a spinoff of Gunn's own HBO Max hit series Peacemaker, Viola Davis will return as the ruthless and morally ambiguous head of government task force. It is being written by Charleston Henry, Watchmen, and Jeremy Carver, the creator of Doom Patrol TV series. Fun fact, I did watch Watchmen. I forgot I was watching it halfway through watching it. The show's awful. Here. It's so good that I got a season 2 and was canceled all at the same time. Man, definitely want that to be made. Well, what's next? Oh, look, your first movie is Superman Legacy. The name could change. The movie featuring the Man of Steel that Gunn is writing and may direct, probably is going to direct, although no commitments on the end have been made, while the two previous titles are meant to be briefs. I don't know how to say that. In Safran's world, Superman is the true kickoff of the DCU, of the duo's DCU plans. It's not an origin story, Safran said. It's focused on Superman balancing his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing. He is the embodiment of truth, justice, and the American way. True. He is kindness in a world that thinks that kindness is old-fashioned. A release date of July 2025 has been penciled in. Here's the problem. You need to be in production now to make this. They have first draft of the script. Better than MCU, which has no scripts and writes the scripts as they're filming. You have the first draft. You don't have a Superman, unless you already do and you're already working on it, but this is not coming out July 11th, 2025. Unless you finish the script. Okay, where's the rest of it? You have to be going in now. And also, this is not your kickoff. This is your first movie, but your kickoff's Creature Commandos and Waller. This is your first movie. These are on HBO Max. Plus, whatever. Well, let's continue. Lanterns. I'm actually kind of excited for Lanterns. Lanterns will be Greg Berlanti's long in the works Green Lantern TV series has been scrapped, and Gunn and Safran have parted ways with the longtime DC series steward. In its place will be a new take on the space cops with power rings. Our version for this is very much in the vein of True Detective. Okay, I like that. Safran described it's terrestrial based. It will feature prominent Lantern heroes Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. I like that. and is one of the most important shows they have in development. This plays a real big role in leading into the main story we are telling across film and TV. They're supposed to find the big bad. Darkseid? Who's your big bad? If it's not Darkseid, then what the heck? And why are you doing Darkseid right now? Why are you setting up a big bad right now when you should be building the Lanterns? You should be building Superman. You shouldn't be doing Creature Commanders and Waller. Superman should be your movie, then you can do the Lanterns. The timeline's all messed up. That's the big problem. What's after Lantern, though? The Authorities! What the hell's the Authorities? Now I know Gary of Nerdrotic went through it along with Az. They know who the Authorities are. I don't know who the Authorities are. All I learned is there's a Batman take and a Superman take, and they're gay and they're anti-heroes. Nobody knows who the Authorities are. Let's continue down the list. We got Paradise Lost. The duo describes this HBO Max series as a Game of Thrones style drama set on the all-female island that is Wonder Woman's birthplace. This is your Wonder Woman prequel. Why am I getting a Wonder Woman prequel of an all-female Game of Thrones? You should already have you should be building up Wonder Woman right then and there. Set it in World War I. You should be building up your Lanterns. You should be building up Superman. You shouldn't be doing this either. After Paradise Lost, The Brave and the Bold. This is the introduction of the DCU Batman, said Gunn, of Bruce Wayne, and also introduces our favorite Robin, not our. This is James Gunn's favorite Robin. I'll admit this is my personal favorite Robin. But it's not the first Robin, it's Damian Wayne. You're jumping already. So, is Nightwing already in it? Is Red Robin already in it? Is Batgirl already in it? Do you already have those characters planned out? Are you just jumping into it and acting like nothing ever happened? You're not building these characters first. That's the biggest problem. You got the Batman sequel, which is going to be Elseworlds. You got Booster Gold. Okay, I like the idea of Booster Gold. Here's the problem. The Booster Gold show can only work, could be a really successful thing. James Gunn could have tons of fun with this. Are you going to end up buddying him up with the Blue Beetle show that may or may not continue into the DCU? They said the Blue Beetle show is going to be kicking off the DCU as well. It's going to work well in the DCU. So if it doesn't fit into the DCU, is Booster Gold are you going to make another Jaime Reyes and team him up with Booster Gold? And I get it. Some people don't like Jaime Reyes for obvious reasons. I personally like it. I like that take. I like Jaime Reyes. That was my first Blue Beetle. But Jaime Reyes works good with Booster Gold. Are you not going to have those two together, or are you going to have those two together? Simultaneously, why are we doing a Booster Gold show now when you prepare? Basically, you have a Superman movie, you have a Lanterns TV show, you have the Authorities, which is also your second movie. You got Paradise Lost, which is your Game of Thrones all-female cast. You have The Brave and the Bold, which is your Batman show. Not your movie, your show. You have 3 movies this time. You get the Batman sequel, which is Elseworlds, not a part of the DCU. Booster Gold, which is a TV show. Third movie, Supergirl, A Woman of Tomorrow. What? So, your 3 movies are Superman, the Authority, which is also like a bad take on the Justice League as well. And then your third movie, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Oh, and not just any Supergirl comic. No, it's taking from another creator that James Gunn really likes, Tom King. It's going to be taken from the Tom King miniseries, man. How's Tom King doing these days, huh? How's Tom King doing? Last I knew, he got punted out of DC for trying to cancel Jim Lee's best friend. Or was it Jim Lee? I get the names mixed up sometimes. But it got punted out of DC. He also was one of the first people that wrote his name down on the I will not grape my coworkers. Something that I guess you need a pledge to? And not just not grape? Okay. Now their final thing I think could work. Again, though, this is like not chapter 1 material. Swamp Thing, a horror film that promises to close out the first part of the first chapter. Swamp Thing should be chapter 2. Your chapter 1 really should be 3 movies. Superman. Well, you could do 4. Superman, Lanterns, Wonder Woman, not a Wonder Woman prequel, and then Batman, not Brave and the Bold, where you're introducing the Bat family in a TV show. Wonder Woman shouldn't be in a TV show. These should be your 3 movies right here. The Authorities, TV show, not a movie. Lanterns, honestly, make this into a movie or do it as a TV show, up to you. But these Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman should be your movies. You have a Superman movie, that should be number 1. Then you can go Batman number 2 because Batman's what sells over at DC. Then you go Wonder Woman. Excuse me. Then you turn the rest of this stuff, well, ditch half of this stuff, honestly. Ditch Waller. And Creature Commanders could stay. Yeah, ditch Waller because, my God, why do you have a Watchmen writer on there? Ditch the Authority because nobody knows who the Authority is except for diehard comic book fans. And I get it. Nobody knew who Guardians of the Galaxy really were before James Gunn. But here's the problem. Guardians of the Galaxy came in the end of Phase 2. Not Phase 1. You need to be building your foundation first. You can't be throwing random stuff in right now. And for crying out loud. Half of this stuff you don't need right now. It's bloat. It's a bunch of fan projects. It's passion projects for James Gunn. And we don't need it. It could be good. But when you have this, one of our strategies is to take our diamond characters, which is Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, and we use them to prop up other characters that people don't know. I don't know these characters. I don't know your Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman yet. These are new iterations of them. You should be focusing on them first, then introducing characters as you go forward. And you shouldn't use your diamond characters to prop up the characters nobody knows about yet. Because how's that going for MCU right now? How did that go for Phase 4? How did that go moving on? It's not going well for them. Diminishing their main characters to prop up characters nobody cares about. I want to see my Batman movie. I want to see my Wonder Woman movie. I want to see my Superman movie. I want them to team up to take on a big bad. They can team up with the Lanterns. You can get Martian Manhunter. You could have a Justice League movie for the end. But no, we got to do Creature Commandos. We got to do Waller because we want to continue the whole Suicide Squad and just had it. Oh, right. Where is it? Peacemaker world. We want to continue that because that's what's moving forward. And then we'll give you your Superman. Then we'll give you your Lanterns. We're going to do everything else first. Then we'll give you the characters you actually care about. Again, it could be good. I could be eating crow. But at the same time, you put your best foot forward and you put your 2 worst foots first. Let me get your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Share it out with your friends. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live. And my next video is talking about his take on Ezra Miller and his discussions of Henry Cavill. Because, oh my God. Bye for now.